Hi, I'm Mike McNamara, and today I'd like to share with you some dramatic video and stills I shot during Hurricane Irene using the new Sony SLT-a77 HD SLR. These images were all shot about 80 miles north of New York City, just south of the Catskill Mountains. During, I would say, about the peak of the storm. We'd had about 5 or 6 inches of rain already by the time these photos were taken, and the storm lasted for several hours more. These first shots were taken at a farm very close to my house as I tried to get across the valley to an area that I'd heard had some major flooding. But as you could see, I was stopped along the way by some major flooding. The water was rising quite quickly, so I turned the car around to find another route around to the other side of the valley. As you can see on the weather map in the car, the orange bands are actually where we are. And sure enough, ran right into another roadblock. That was caused by this small little puddle down at the bottom here. I stuck my camera through the sunroof in order to get this footage, and the lens started fogging up almost immediately. That will happen with any camera if you keep it in a cool car and then stick it out into the very moist air from this hurricane. I had so much fun doing it the first time that I turned around to do it again. Actually, the road was blocked in the other direction. But this time I kept the camera inside the car to get a clearer shot and less fogging. I finally made my way over to the hardest hit area of our county, where a flash flood had caused a bit of devastation and highly damaged about 7 homes along this small, relatively small creek. Doesn't look very small now, but not too long before this footage was shot, I couldn't have even stood where I was because the water was another 6 feet higher than what you're seeing right here. Hurricane Irene caused very little wind damage in our area. It was really more to the heavy rains and flooding, such as you see here, that caused creeks to overflow and dams to break, and lots of flooding to occur on major roads. I think it's going to take us a couple of days to recover from all of this, if not weeks. Standing next to this creek, it's hard to believe how much water is actually flowing through here. As I said, it's usually a very, very calm creek. At this point, I was wondering what else Hurricane Irene had in store, because by all predictions, we were only halfway through the storm. So I had taken this footage and was just about to back off from the bridge. I want you to note the metal fence that's there and exactly where I am standing when I'm taking this footage. Because this is what it looked like as I approached the bridge only a few seconds before. And a few minutes later, this is what it looked like when a tree came down and landed in the exact same spot where I had been standing 5 minutes before. Now here's another before and after kind of set here. This is one of my favorite houses in the county. I call it the Water Wheel House. It's almost 100 years old and was once a mill. This lawn does not usually look like this. In fact, this is what it looked like last spring. So as you can see, the flash flood damaged the bridge tremendously over their property. I don't think they've seen any kind of flooding like this in over 100 years at this house. And again, it happened as a result of a log jam that built up on a bridge. And this is a bridge right here. You can see the debris that is on the side of the bridge. But a tree had fallen down and blocked one of the main drainage pipes. You can see the tree stuck in the water there. And according to eyewitnesses, the water built up about 5 feet behind the bridge with all of this debris that had washed down from the hill. And then it let loose, causing an enormous surge of water to go flying down the valley. Fortunately, the rains let up soon after I shot this footage, and Hurricane Irene went on its way into New England. I was also fortunate to have a camera, the Sony SLT-a77, that has some very good weather seals and was impervious to the rain that coated it and I. I think the camera came home drier than I did. It also allowed me to shoot some high-resolution 24.3 megapixel stills and switch over to full HD 60p video, with just really the push of a button. Great HD SLR.